Hey man, we here with another discussion at the MR.NOLDS organization. Hey, you see my boy, he laughing it up. Hey, today we got a crazy discussion. Hey, you ever thought about a car or a car you wanted, and then from the moment you thought about that car, you just started seeing it on the road? Well, today we're gonna dive into why is that and how you can use that to your advantage. Because if you learn to use this, I promise you, you'll probably get almost anything you ask. Oh, I gave a little clue away. Yeah, remember that word, ask. Ask and you shall receive. Hey, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hey, share this with at least 3 friends and tune into this video. Hey, you won't regret it. We out. Hey, we're going to be drinking a little bit on this episode. You see it. We almost finished it. You're going to find out. Come on, tune in. Yo, feel like you know when you're on house arrest or probation? You're like, dang, my seat. Today we pouring up some cup. Hey, don't tell him what's in the cup now. He too young. He can't get this. He's still 15. Yeah, that Stein cup. We gotta wait till Stein move his cup. Yo. Yeah, you feel me? We in it. Yeah. Yeah, anyone could jump in. Like, how important you think is asking questions? Like,
I think it's very important. Because that's the only way you're gonna get your answer. By asking questions.
So if it was that easy, why everybody don't ask questions?
Because you got people that are scared. They don't want to seem like they don't know, or they don't want to seem like, dumb. You know, that's probably why people don't ask questions.
What about the people that's asking questions but they're not getting the answer? What you think what's the problem with that? All right. So there's some people that's not asking questions. That's why they're not getting their problem solved. But what about those who are asking questions, but their problem's still here? Like, what do you think is the cause of that?
Oh, they can't do nothing.
What do you mean they can't do nothing?
Alright, let's say a female.
Yeah.
They asked me a question. Like, what she do about, for this dude?
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't do nothing for you.
You're not asking the right question.
Okay. So in your case, she asking the wrong person.
Yeah.
Because she asking you and you saying you don't know. So that means she.
But like, it's not like who the right person, who the wrong person is. Like, even the right person don't know what to do.
Well, if she asks the right person, yeah, it depends. The right person might have the answer for her.
Yeah.
You don't know what to do because you ain't the right.
Like you just know what you have to do.
He said, "I don't know." You out of there. You just not the right person for her to ask. So okay. So one, a lot of people are not asking questions. Then two, one of the problems with the people who do ask questions, some people are asking the wrong people. And Stein said something very important. Some people asking the wrong questions. Like, for example, right? I'll give you an example of some questions I think a lot of people will have. I'm gonna have 2. One is gonna be about money. Cause I don't care what no one tell me. Everyone on this earth want to make money. Cause without money, no matter what country you're in, whether it's in London, Europe, wherever you are, you need money to survive. So I know a lot of us, we have the question like, yo, how can I make more money? Or how can I become rich? That's a question. And another question I know a lot of people have is like, and it's different based on the sex. People could be like, a guy could be like, yo, how can I get girls to like me? Or a girl to like me? And girls could be like, how can I get a guy to like me, right? So, okay, let's start off with the money one. The question, how can I get rich? You think, if you're trying to make money, you think that's the right question to ask? How can I get rich?
Yeah, I mean, in a way, yeah.
No, that's not the right question. Because, somebody, you ask some random Joe Blow on the hood, How to get
I mean,
rich.
a
Come
person-
sell some
person with common sense.
I
would
feel
not
like-
just ask
Wait.
anybody, though.
You said what?
I said a person with common sense wouldn't just ask anybody. They ask someone who's like, let's say for like Jay-Z or something. Or like
Okay,
smart.
no. Okay. No, listen. No, he right.
I'm just saying.
He right. You gotta ask the right
I'm
person.
just saying.
But even sometimes you can ask the right person, but still ask the wrong question. So, for example, you mentioned Jay-Z. Imagine you go up to Jay-Z, you see Jay-Z, you run up to him, Jay-Z, how can I get rich? Like, that's not the right question to ask.
Like,
I feel like that's a question.
That's what I was saying. Like,
I feel
for
like
someone who want to make money, the question, how can I get rich,
like
is that the right question to ask?
I feel like that's a good question to ask yourself.
How can I get rich?
Yeah,
yeah, you gotta sit on your mind. And
like just for yourself, and then that's when after you say it, that's when you try to figure out like what can I do to make it to get rich
What you think? That's the right question to ask. How can I get
to
rich?
yourself.
Nah, boy, like to yourself. Like,
Yeah, but not to people though.
like to people do like. I
Yeah.
mean, you can do this, you know, like
Yeah,
go to
yeah.
work, you know, 9 to 5
Yeah.
or something,
That's what.
you know.
Okay, so once you ask yourself, what does that do?
I think that motivates.
I feel like it
What? It motivates. So asking yourself, how can I get rich, motivates you.
Yeah, it gives you ideas.
No, I feel like it open your mind, like
Yeah, like
It gives
yeah.
you like a lot of ideas.
It makes you think.
yeah,
Yeah.
It makes you think.
Okay, so it makes you think, but do that really helps you get rich? It like
I mean, it's like you can start
It
at
sparks
level
something.
1.
It like spark a. It's
Okay.
like a journey, like
it makes you think. Okay, so I like that. So we talking about the importance of asking questions. Why asking questions are so important. Because I've found, like, a lot of times, like, ask. The Bible tell you to knock. The Bible tell you to knock, and the door will be open. Ask and you shall receive. A lot of times, going back to the beginning, a lot of us, we not asking in the first place. Like, we be having problems. Like, for example, like, you see the next guy, like, you ever seen the guy with the car, the dream car you wanted, and you won't ask the guy, yo, how did you get that car? Like, because if you want that car, not to say you're gonna go do the same thing he doing, but at least he did something to get that car. So you should at least like, yo, how you got that car? Yo, I did this and this and that. Now, if you feel like you could do the same thing, by all means, try to do what he did. Even stay in contact with him, and maybe he'll show you exactly step by step of how he did to get to that level. But a lot of times, we have problems. And we're not asking questions. And like I said, a lot of us, majority of us, we want to make money. We want to be rich. A lot of us want to be rich, but we're not asking. One, I'm glad you guys touched on that ourselves. We don't ask ourselves these questions, and we don't ask other people these questions. And when you're not asking these questions, your mind is not working for you. So that's another thing I wanted to go into. Okay, y'all ever? I know y'all seen it, and I had a conversation with Stein, I think yesterday or the day before, about it. You ever seen? Okay, let's just say you about to get a car. For those who got a car, or you ever had like a favorite car, and then every time you're on the road, you just see that car.
Oh yeah.
Like, and you see the same color. Like, let's say you want a blue Lambo. And every time, the moment you start thinking about that blue Lambo, every time you drive it, you see that blue Lambo. Y'all ever had that?
I don't care for the color.
No, I'm just giving an example. Like,
Yeah.
I'm giving an example. Like, every time, like, let's just say, like, you want something. Like, you tell yourself, bro, you know what? It could even be like a shirt or a hat. For example, I'll give even a hat. Like, even this hat I'm wearing, the Bass Pro Shop hat. I remember, right? I wanted it. And then every time I went on Instagram, bro, I promise you I seen the hat. Every time. But I want to tell you something. And this connect to, like, why asking questions is so important. the car, whatever that thing that you start seeing more often, you know, it didn't start appearing more. It was always there how it was. Same thing like, let's just say, we're gonna stick with a car. If you're driving by, let's say you're driving on the highway, and then there's a billboard with that car on there. You know, before you, like, if you didn't think about the car, if you didn't want that car, you would drive past that billboard and maybe not even recognize that billboard. But the moment you put in your head, you're like, yo, I want a blue Jeep. And then you start seeing the blue Jeep everywhere you go. Now, if there's a blue Jeep on that billboard, your brain will catch it. Now, it works with different objects and different things and different people. Like, but do any one of you guys know why is that?
Because you focus on it.
I think it's a sign, you know, be cautious.
All right, you saying it's because you're focused on it.
Yeah.
You saying what?
It's a sign.
It's a sign from, like,
You should get up and go get it.
it's a sign that you should get up and get it. What?
Or manifest.
What do you mean by manifest?
Like you ask what you want, and it's like,
Okay, so it starts appearing.
yeah.
Okay. So, you see, when you don't really know the science of it, you'll say that. But it's actually, okay, your brain, right? Your brain has this part, there's a part of your brain called the reticular activating system. Short RAS is the abbreviation, right? That part of your brain, you know, is responsible for basically what you see and what you don't see. To clarify a little bit, you know, all of us that's in this room, we could. Do you believe that we could all walk in this room and not see the same thing?
And not see the same thing.
Like, basically, we all walk through this door over there,
Yeah.
and as we look in this room, as we walk, we all don't see the same thing.
Yeah.
Do you believe that? You believe that? Okay, so the reason why we don't all see the same thing is because of that part of your brain, the reticular activating system. Now, what you see is some stuff that you see. Of course, if something is obvious, a lot of us see it. But basically, a lot of objects and symbols and images that we see is based on the things that we are focused on and based on the things that we already, like, our mind is familiar with.
Yeah.
Because our brain throughout the day, you're seeing thousands of images, whether it's people, billboards, TV, Instagram, social media. Like, throughout the day, I think we see over like 100,000, I think. Over 100,000 different images. So the thing about that, your brain, for your brain to process all of that, you go crazy. To remember and to see every image you see. That's why you could be driving down the street. You're not going to recognize everything down the street. You're only going to recognize the things that connects to you. So that is why if your dream is to get, like, I don't know, like I said, a blue Lambo, me and you both driving down that street. Well, a Lambo is a very exotic car. A lot of people see it. Let me say something like a Nissan, huh? A Bentley's exotic too. Let's just say,
Like a Lexus.
yeah, you don't see them like that. They're exotic. So let's just say, okay, a Lexus. Let's say you want a Lexus, I don't know, IS250. I remember that was the case for me. When I was in the 10th grade, I screenshot the IS250. And I was like, yo, I'm gonna buy this car. Bro, from the moment I did that, I remember for like 2 years straight, everywhere I go, the same color, the white IS250. Everywhere I go. But the thing is, it's not that more IS250 started popping up. It's just that now my brain recognized that's something that, you know, my brain recognized now that's something that's important to me. So now every time I, like, whether I'm driving or I'm parking or let's say I'm on social media, the moment my brain see it, it alerts me. It shows me. It leaves an impression. Who's here have heard of Ty Lopez? You heard of Ty Lopez?
Yeah.
You sure? You heard of Ty Lopez? You heard of Ty Lopez? Okay. Ty Lopez. No, not Tyler. Ty Lopez.
You sound familiar.
Okay, so Ty Lopez, he's an entrepreneur, businessman / teacher, mentor. So he had this video here in my garage.
Oh,
with a Lamborghini.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
So with the ad. So I forgot when he launched that ad, but I remember around like I don't know if it was like 2015, 2016. Or maybe it's a little later than that. I don't remember the exact date. I remember one of the questions I always had was like, yo, no, how can I get rich? I want to be rich. So I always had that question like, yo, how can I be rich? So, but with me, I always looked into getting into business to get rich. So a lot of times when I'm on social media, when it's things about business, it catches my eye. Just like Ty Lopez. Ty Lopez was running millions of ads. I promise everyone here in this room have seen him on Instagram or YouTube. Because he was running ads like crazy. But because you guys are maybe at that time when he was running those ads a lot, or maybe you guys are not so into business, you'll probably see him talking about business mentorship and you guys just scroll past it.
I actually watched the book.
Okay, so you've seen it?
Yeah, like about the book.
Okay, he has books, he has mentorship.
I seen the first one he ever
did. So I say all that. A lot of people probably just will never. They're like, yo, I don't know who's this Ty Lopez guy. Yeah, but the thing is, he probably most likely popped up on your thing. Yeah. But because your questions you're asking don't connect with him. So I say all that. When you have certain questions, your mind seeks for answers. You have something called the subconscious mind. So, for example, him. I remember last time we were talking about he wants to be a computer engineer. So, if he asks himself, yo, I want to be a computer engineer. How do I become a computer engineer? He starts asking those questions, right? Whether he's going on Google, whether he's just looking up computer engineer. Now, I promise you, when he's on social media, when he's driving, or even when he's hearing conversation, his brain is more alert to things about computer engineering. Unlike me, if I hear somebody talking about computer engineering, I might be like, whatever. Yeah. Like my mind is not, it's not focused and it's not picking. Yeah, it's not on that. But the moment he hear it, start clicking his brain to pay attention, or he'll wreck. So me, I might not even hear it. Him, because his brain is searching for the answers. How can I become a computer engineer? His brain will like be more attentive or more like, yo, boom. Yeah. So that is why asking questions is super, super important. Because the more questions you ask, you are giving your mind assignments. You are giving your mind assignments. There's a verse in the Bible, I'm going to look it up. It's from Isaiah 55, verse 11. It says, here's the King James Version. It says, so shall my word be that goes forth out of my mouth. It shall not return to me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the things where go I sent. So basically the verse is saying like the words that you speak, when you speak a word, the word don't just die. Remember, words are spirit. Our words are alive. So when you say like, yo, how can I get rich? Or if you say, how can I play, man, how do I learn to play basketball better? Or how do I learn to make beats? How do I become a computer engineer? The more questions you ask pertaining to what you're doing, your words, when you ask those questions, they're going out seeking. The Bible says they go out, and when you command, especially when you command, they go out to accomplish what you're saying. So whenever you have questions, your mind is constantly looking for the answers. Constantly. That is why you should not spend time, just thinking about nothing. When I mean thinking about nothing, you should use the time, like, you know, when you have time to think, ask yourself questions to like where you want to go. Like, yo, ask yourself wild questions. How do I make $100 million? And I promise you, little by little, your mind will now be more on alert and attentive to getting that, to accomplishing to getting you that answer. How do I make $100 million? Whether now you start seeing videos you never used to see, now you start seeing graphics on social media that talk to you about money, or it can be like, yo, how to become a computer engineer. You'll start seeing things that you didn't normally see due to the fact of the questions you asking. Power question of the day. I'm gonna end it off with a power question. And what is a question that you have? What's a question that you have? It could be about anything. How do I graduate? How do I go to college? How do I get rich? Whatever it may be, what is a question that you have and you're seeking answer for? What is a question you have? It could be about anything. How do I find somebody to love me? How do it could be anything. You see, he said, He definitely, hey, ladies, if you see this face, you want to stay away from this face. His question right now should be, how do I graduate high school and get out my parents and go to college? So this was another discussion with the MR.NOLDS organization, and we out.
Like, comment, and subscribe.